Hello everyone, welcome back to the Click Kit YouTube channel. I am still using the April 2017 Jelly Bean Soup or Jelly Bean Collection kit, and it features the Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark collection. This kind of mixed media background one I'm using is called Believe, and it's gold embossed with Believe in Yourself. So I am definitely using what's on the paper as my title, so I'm not going to be adding anything else. And then I wanted to use the opposite side of this paper, which is the polka dots as well, which is why I was going with this cut in a diagonal kind of idea at first and somehow be able to still use the blue polka dots, which is like the same color blue as the rest of the pattern, so it just worked out perfectly. Then I love adding ribbons sometimes to layouts, and I definitely had a few colors of these blues, aquas, and white that worked perfectly with it. Whenever you're working with ribbon, you're going to have to put them down with hot glue. There is no way about it. I've tried doing it with just like the ATG gun and it'll come off. So hot glue is the way to go. The doily is also from the kit that's available this month. And then I used this Tim Holtz die cut for the butterfly from my last layout that I made, and the one with the paint strokes, it was called Make Your Mark, I think it was. And then I'd used this stamp on top of the die cut, so it came to be a very detailed stamp. And then in order to add just a little bit more of a whimsical feel, I added just a stamp with navy archival ink to the background. So I stamped these two, and then I do one in the upper left-hand corner as well, just for some added interest. I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I needed it. And sometimes that's okay. So then, usually too, you'll get these like these little like glassine kind of bags from Click Kits. This was holding like my ephemera and all my flair. Don't throw these pieces out. I definitely use this as a layering piece right now for my photo, and it worked out perfectly because of this minty aqua color that kind of pulls from the background paper as well. Like total layers. It's all good. So here I am adding the ribbon with a hot glue gun. I am purposefully adding a little bit of wrinkles at the edges or at the ends and not so much in the middle. The middle I know is where the picture is going to be, so I want it to lay as flat as possible. But around the top part and the bottom part of the layout, I did want to have more texture and interest to it, so I definitely, when adding the hot glue, was wrinkling it up a little bit for that reason. And then when this is drying or so, I do actually use the hot glue gun, don't be mad at me, to attach pretty much everything. So don't be mad. I know I use it on my photo. I know it's not like acid free and stuff, but it's the risk you have to take for art to make sure that this sticks and doesn't come apart. So I like kind of the 3 butterflies on the edge or on the right side. And then I'm going through the ephemera pack that you get supplied in your kit. These are the pieces from also the Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark collection. And then the flare with the heart, that's what part of the add-ons this month. I simply love adding flare for a 3-dimensional look, and I love adding flare sitting on a nest of colored thread. So I do that with some aqua later on in the process, but let's adhere some of these die cuts down. Oh, I am using some glue. Never mind, I thought I used everything with the hot glue. I have my fine liner out. I just had to make sure. Doilies I always like adding too as a layering piece. 3 of them come in your subscription kit as well this month. And I love this kit this month. I mean, if you know me over at Life with Evie, you know that the more color, the better for me. And mixed media is my joy all the time. But I thought since this background pretty much looked like I could have done it, I didn't need to do much mixed media. But at least it gives you an idea on how to extend your pattern papers to go further by maybe going in a diagonal and using them like this. That way you can take advantage of both sides of the paper in case you are always like torn between which one to use. Keep this kind of idea in mind for a future layout. So I did add like the word kind, strong, and fun, and I just simply believe like this is a picture that Miguel took of me whenever I started my LuLaRoe business a couple months ago and my blog and things like that. So it's just like kind of when you accept, I always, in my journaling it says when you like kind of accept who you are and what your passions are, like life just gets a little better, you know what I mean? You're happier day by day. And so that was what my journaling will be on the picture with my vellum zig rider. And I'm just adding a few black sequences as some contrast around the edge, and that will wrap up my layout. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel as always, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you. Take care.